Hello everybody and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3. Now, last episode, we basically got up into, not quite technically the winter yet, but our campaigning season of 1942 is over. Fall Blau has failed. Most combat is pretty much over. I figured out that the Germans are still in desperate straits in terms of supplies in the south here. And we didn't get our cavalry involved here. I'm looking for the people who are attacking. Oh, let's do this. Oh, here we go. The Germans are in desperate straits in terms of supplies. So what I'm going to do is launch basically a general counteroffensive in the south here. Because this is where they generally... I gotta stop using the word generally. This is where they're having the most trouble with supplies, so we are going to try to take advantage of that. We're throwing everything we got into these attacks, too. Because I would definitely like to push further out from where we are. And we're actually got our... Oh, here, that's where I wanted them. Definitely got our organization in the south back, too. Took a long time. Yep. They don't have organization. Let's see if they have organization here. Nope. How about here? A little bit. So we're going to see if we can snatch up as much land as we possibly can. Some elite German units. Snatch up as much land as we possibly can before they get their heads out of their asses. Or get tech to increase their supply situation. Veteran Air Force, nice. Organization regain rate, air organization, and officer recruitment plus 35%. Rocket artillery ammunition, very nice. Allows research of self-propelled rocket artillery, aka the Katyusha. Is that it? Katyusha? Alright, it's almost 1943. Armor metallurgy, get that going. We're going to go to artillery. Self-propelled rocket artillery, make sure that's near the top. I think that was the only thing on there, yeah. Why don't we scoot this back down a little bit? Not crazy-like, but a little bit. I want to make sure that our tech is going. The problem we're having right now is there's just no IC to put into upgrades right now. Although, you know, why don't we try this again? That's the problem, is it goes into... I wanted to do reinforcements to the max and then upgrades, and I can't make it do that the way I want it to. Well, I'll just let it sit for a bit. I mean, there's not much is going on right now. Snowfall increases, time to dig in. We'll let these battles play out. Do they have fort modifier? Yeah, they're starting to get winter conditions, I think. Expand an airbase. Yeah, I've been doing all these expanded vacation, really. For some reason that escapes you, your closest advisor, you decide to pack up and enjoy some quality time on vacation. As you sip your imported tea and dine on the finest venison, you let your mind drift to the horrors of war the Love Nation's participating in. Hold my calls. Sylvia gets Fallout, an opportune vacation until January 31st, to the end of January. National vote, risk money, daily descent change. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, we're still able to crack these divisions, I think. We won a battle down here against the Hungarians. This one's not going well. One Soviet division is attacking there, just one? We didn't throw anybody else into that attack? Like you? All these fresh divisions sitting here doing nothing? Attack these guys that have no supplies. Or, you know, let's just let them starve. Let's just let them starve, because that'll happen. 1, 1, 1. Alrighty. SS Panzer Division. That's a tough nut to crack, I would imagine. Can help out here a little bit by flanking them. That should do the trick. Alright, the supply situation isn't as bad. It's getting a little better. Yep, change. Get those guys going. Yes. And let's make sure we find them by scrolling down the list. Going, oh, hello. And that's these two guys right here. Let's bring them over bring them on up over there. Yeah, that's everybody. Whenever the sound cuts out like it just did, makes me nervous as hell, because I just assume that the game's going to crash on me when it does that. I really, really would love to get the reinforce or the tech upgrades done. Well, with such a massive army, woo, boy, is it hard. And there's a lot of stuff to upgrade. I don't know who's gonna get it first. Repulse has been sunk. Oh my god, what is the Royal Navy doing that it's getting slapped around that badly? I'm gonna take a quick pause and see what's happening over here. So Japan, whoa, Japan took over the Pacific for sure. So a little bit of, yeah, Japan did an amazing job taking care of the Pacific, but I've honestly never seen Japan take Australia. Never seen it happen. What are they doing? They're fighting in Burma. Got about as far as they usually got. Haven't made it into India, though. And the United Kingdom is doing very slowly in Iraq. Or Iran, I mean. Let's just do this. Just dump everybody on there. Get everybody involved. Make sure they crack and break. I think we might be at the point where attacking is suicidal. Are they getting the fort modifier? Fort modifier, yeah. I mean, it doesn't actually show any weather. And there's no actual forts, and it's plain, so I'm assuming it has to be the weather that it's talking about. Military police. Support attack. Grossdeutschland division. Good. We are in good positions right now. A ton of reinforcements have made it up. A lot of the spawned-in units, basically the entire spawned-in tank army, made it up to Finland here. Hopefully we can keep them supplied correctly. Help everybody out. How are we doing here? Well, we got the fresh division, and they're about to break. Well, they're not about to break. They're about to run out of freaking men. Can we do this? Or was this the one that was just suicidal? I think we're at the point where it's just a little too weathery. Yeah, we're not making any progress there, so... Although that one I definitely want to make sure we can take. I feel like we should be able to pretty simply. How's this battle unfolding? Yeah, they no longer have lack of supplies. So why don't we take what we got, have our guys cool it on these attacks. We did take a couple more provinces. Let's cancel these attacks. We're losing tons and tons of... Oh, that one succeeded, actually. Losing tons of men that we don't necessarily have to. Wow, so that guy got detached really far from where he was. And during the winter, we can let our officer ratio recoup high-velocity guns, rocket-propelled anti-tank weapons. That's going to increase the hard and piercing attack of pretty much everything in the game. Although, again, upgrades. We need to let those upgrades complete, and it's a little hard to tell what's going to be getting them first. Like, we wait for a day to pass. Oh, Operation Torch. Oh, Japan declared war. I didn't even... You know what? I don't even think I was aware that it wasn't at war. Our future strategy requires us open the border crossing into Japanese territory. What does that mean? Open the border event. So can these guys actually hold out against... I mean, it's... Oh, that's planes right there. What's going to happen with these guys? Oh, they are... Japanese are not losing any organization whatsoever. Alrighty. Let's take a look at the infrastructure. So... Alright, that was a bad idea, I think. I think I screwed that up. I think that gave infrastructure to that region to allow us movement through it. Alright, well that's a problem. I didn't mean to do that. We're gonna have to think about that and how we want to deal with it. And now I got the Japanese rampaging around up there. And we're not, again, we're not making any progress here, so we're gonna have to cancel this. Cancel it. Who's still attacking? You. Yeah, 86,000 men dead. We did manage to take another, like, swath of land, though. Which is good for me. Problem is now we don't have any troops to go over there. And I just basically... My entire strategy was... No, I don't want to cancel anything. Was to let the Japanese have to, you know, bang their head against my garrisons. And... Garrisons are apparently not nearly as good as I expected them to be. Because they're basically not causing any losses on the Japanese side. And the Japanese have open borders here for the most part, which means Sevastopol is going to fall. And we need to send an army down this way. I think that open the border thing was the wrong move. Which means units are going to have to get moved over to the Far East. Well, we already got somebody over here. So, I guess when we spawn in units, we'll start sending them over there. This is across a river. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Like, across a river... That's definitely not a good spot to attack. Alrighty. Oh, well. That open borders thing, I was like, well, it couldn't possibly be a bad decision. No, it was a terrible decision. It was a terrible choice. I just want my upgrades. It actually went up. It's not going down. 700 IC. I would need 700 IC to upgrade everything. Attacking with 1 SS cavalry division. Oh no, they threw a bunch more stuff in there. Oh, they're all dead though. These seem like pretty suicidal attacks considering winter is coming. Yeah. We're not going to lose anything we got. I'm gonna have to put this on manual, I think. Yeah, let's just leave it on manual for a little while. So that we can get our reinforcements in the way they're supposed to, and we can also get at least a little bit going into upgrades, which we desperately freaking need. Our equipment is highly out of date. Single engine prototype advance. See, we got the single engine prototype advance, so now if we go to production and air wing, we are using I-16 Type 19s. We're still using I-16s in 1942, which isn't terribly inaccurate. But the thing is like, we go to these fighters, and they're not even going to be getting those upgrades for a while. Why is anything going into production? Let's put... Okay, lock that there. Supplies, reinforcement, and then upgrades. Okay. So Bulgarian units. I mean, forced in the winter probably would mean a slaughter, but oh, they don't have any. They don't have any organization, so though that's fine. Let's actually try this. If they have 0 organization, we're just gonna overrun them. Oop. Which might be the case. No. They got a huge defense modifier there. It says 99 and not 99. How we doing? Good. Doing very good. We managed to grab a ton of ground from the Germans. I mean, the weather really isn't heading in anywhere. I see nothing. It's not frozen. Well, it's starting to get frozen in the north, it looks like. It's just starting. 25.2%. What is our manpower at? 3 million? 3 million men in reserve right now. Which is pretty good. Trying to keep this... try to do this old school the way... I never used to have it on manual, or on auto. I used to always have it on manual just so that I could tweak it the way I want. And then I realized that if you put it on upgrade, it generally does it the way you want, but not this time. Alright, so we lost over here. So the Japanese are easily breaking through our garrisons. I honestly thought they would do a lot better. I didn't think the Japanese would have a very good infantry force to send up there, but I guess they do. Which means... what we're probably going to have to do is try to defeat the Germans up here, and then a lot of these units are probably going to have to get sent over to Siberia. Well, this division has nowhere to go, so he's cut off. Which is good for me. Got a nice spread of units over here. Wasn't there a tank division right there? What happened to him? Did I move him? Was that the guy that... did he go down that way? I don't remember. Don't remember what I did with him. It is a pretty hideous war, guys. It is a pretty hideous war. Oh, good. Reinforcements. Oh, nope, that's not what I meant to do. I want every extra factory producing upgrades for my units. Actually, something finished, because... I saw that it went from 700 down to like 650, so a run of something finished. More Cossacks. Can we just kill all the Cossacks? Boop, boop, boop. Hope that's all of them. It is. And we're definitely going to have to worry about what the hell is going on with Japan. Although it's not like there's going to be huge swaths of important territory taken. Eventually what happens in fighting over there is that you run out of supplies. You can't... the infrastructure's so poor you can't supply your troops. You run out of supplies and everybody starves to death. Although I don't know if the AI gets supply throughput bonuses. They might not, but the Germans did run out of supplies at about the right time, so... Alright, so we got mechanized troops. They're getting upgrades. Let's import supply, stockpile. Supplies will be done in a couple days. Yeah, that went back up. See, this is what I never really understood sometimes, is why you can set that to the correct amount, and it won't make the correct amount. Oh, we lost that battle? Last time I looked, we were doing fine. Alright, well... actually, you know what? Just let him take it. Just let him have it. It'll be easy to take later on. I can retreat into this city right here, which will be almost impossible to attack. Alrighty, let's see. Weather map mode. Still basically... well, it's slowly freezing down. It's getting muddy and frozen down this way. And it looks like it's about as frozen as it's going to get up here. If we can get this German division to wear itself out, which apparently it's not. I could have freaking sworn they would have worn themselves out attacking that division. Send you there and you there. Now we have to keep going through and tweaking it. But my units freaking desperately need their damn their damn, what's it called? German artillery. Let's actually just disband that. They're freaking upgrades. You can see that we got like engineer unit training and tank optics, and then everything froze. I just need to get into the winter, like solid winter, and then we should be fine. Shouldn't have to worry about anything. Hopefully, what I'm hoping, hope, is that we can get a good number of our upgrades set and done. What we could always do. Like, we're not doing anything with these guys anymore. We can strategically redeploy them over to Siberia to hold a line against... Yeah, because these ones are really good. They'll be able to hold out, you know, forever against the Japanese, I would imagine. So we'll just take that entire southern section of the Magnus line. That'll relieve the pressure of the supply lines because they don't have to supply these guys anymore. So let's let a day go by and see if these guys are getting upgraded. Yeah, they are. We'll get those guys all the way over there. That'll relieve the pressure on my supply lines. And that was the province that fell. And it'll also get, how many men are in that army? 650,000 men over to Siberia to hold off the Japanese. All right, that's actually a good idea, because that section of the Magnus line is not in danger anymore. What we got here? Ah, that is my guards army. Could also send the guards army over there if we really want to. So we brought some tanks in. I guess what's going to happen here is they'll just run out of strength, and that'll be that, basically. They'll run out of strength, they won't be able to do anything. Fine with me. Reinforcement, supplies. Good. So that did go down. It was almost 700. It was 700, went back down. Went back up. General Winter. There we go. Territorial Pride, Organization Regain Rate, and Reinforcement Bonus. Guards Reinforcements. Guess where these guys are going. 0 supplies. That's unfortunate. I don't think I'm ever going to understand that. You produce this many supplies, but then there's nothing left? Let's just drag it up to like 200, so it's over what it says. And guards reinforcements showed up precisely here. Whoa! Guards airborne divisions. God, shut up, Facebook. That's kind of cool. Guards airborne, airborne mixed support, airborne engineers. I mean, they're not gonna get used as anything except regular troops. So these guys spawned in with leaders. That's interesting. These ones did not. So we're gonna have to go through is just click, click, click. So it looks like all these cores spawned in with most of them at least. Pack front defenses. So that makes everybody slower, but gives everybody an increased piercing attack. So why don't we go through real quick and just give everybody leaders. That way they can regain organization on their way out. Heavy armor, still KV-1s. There we go. I'm honestly curious as why some people got... Some of these got them, and the others didn't. I'm not gonna be using these airborne as airborne troops. I find paratroopers to be next to useless in this game. I've used them before, but never to great avail. They've never done a very good job. Normally what ends up happening is they end up getting wiped out and captured, which is not entirely historically inaccurate. So all these guys, everybody here, that's a lot of troops. So what do you guys think? The options are to deploy these to the front with the Germans and see what we can do there, or you know what? Let's do it. Let's bring them over here and fight Japan with them. Let's tell them to strategically redeploy to right there. We'll fight Japan with these guys because what I can always do is just overrun Manchuria here. Is that what it's called? And take the industrial centers that we can get our hands on, fight the Jap. You know, do a good job fighting the Japs. And those guys will head over there. I'm still happy with this decision. These guys will get killed and wiped out. Not a big deal. Hopefully Mongolia will be able to hold out for a little while. It's really poor terrain, so I wouldn't imagine it's going to be that bad for us. And I mean, there shouldn't be any real combat on the line because of how awful General Winter is for everybody. We've captured German equipment. Could be useful. That should appear over here, I think. Oh, here we go. Captured German weapons are right here. So, anti-tank guns, 4.7 meter and 5 centimeter. Heavy AA, so that's... How is 20 millimeter flak 30s heavy AA? What do we got here? 4 point... Yeah, same thing. Alright, so we'll just let those guys reinforce up, see what happens with them. Thankfully, we actually have some IC to put into upgrades. I really wish these bombers would upgrade, honestly. We could always put them on... What we could always do is we could go through and go... prioritize the bombers. I mean, they're almost done. Let's just disband this. We're not using it. Save some officers. Can never click on these air bases correctly the first time. And then if we let a couple days pass, I mean, it should go up to the next... You know, these are 90% done for everything on here. So it shouldn't take too long. Let's see, what is the next one? 95.2, 98? Okay, good. Yeah, that's working. Supplies are getting better. Good, 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 good. And the front is calm. I mean, there's a little bit of combat. That's up here. That's against the Japs. So the only one on our front that I'm really worried about is right here. We just need these guys to hold out for this German division to crack. I mean, it's fighting into some pretty awful conditions. It's negative 11 degrees Celsius. Those are some pretty cold conditions. I would imagine they wouldn't have a good time of it. This should be the middle of a blizzard, in theory. And you know what we should do is keep execution of Hatsumi Ozaki, the communist traitor. Okay, rip. Gain a little bit of dissent, not a big deal. Oh, that's not right. You're gonna go here, here, then here. And you're gonna move there. Cut off any Germans that we can. And we're gonna scoot this way down again. And why don't we send you over here, actually? And we'll attach you into a command structure when you get there. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. We've got about 1 million troops heading over to Japan. My defenses actually were much poorer than I expected. Either that or the Japanese were just much better at attacking than I expected. I mean, some of their troops have been in combat since like 1937, so it's feasible they have a lot of experience and really good leaders, things like that. It's going to take a while for that to fall down. Rocket-propelled... Ooh! I'm assuming rocket-propelled anti-tank weapons just went into the entire army. Light infantry branch upgrade. Hopefully those will be finished pretty soon, too. Yep, good. Alright, those are like blanket, really good text for everybody. Grant guard status to the Force Mechanized Corps. Well, I thought they were already guards, but I guess not. Where should we... Why don't we add these guys in down here? Guard Mechanized Corps? No, you know what? That guy's going over to Siberia. Figure it out. Figure it out later. My cat is snoring. That's pretty adorable. Alrighty, so it is December 12th now, 1942. The year is almost out. The year is almost out, and what we need to do is start planning for our next season campaign. Because what happened was last year, and I think it's going to happen again this year, is when spring hit, we did amazing. We took huge gains, and then the Germans got their events to launch offensives, and that's when things petered out. Oh, the Germans are attacking some of our supply lines. How are we doing here? Holding out. Holding out. I think we'll be okay there. They're losing a lot of their strength, so I think we'll be able to hold out pretty good. Nuclear research is finished. Mountain unit command and control. You have 8 mountain divisions, so that's perfectly good for me. That standard infantry branch upgrade, I think, is probably costing a massive amount of reinforcement points, or that IC that's going into upgrades. That's one of the words I'm looking for. Upgrades, because it's every single person in the army needs that. Vladivostok lost. Boo. Bridging equipment. Special Forces branch upgrade. Alrighty, what do we got? What do we got now? 621, so it is falling. Alright, folks, we're going to leave this episode right here. It is December 16th, 1942. The front is now quiet, with the exception of this Panzer Division attacking in Finland and probably over here in Siberia. Yeah. So, everybody, if you have enjoyed this, just drop me a like. Leave me those comments right down below, and if you're interested in more Benjamin Magnus plays Hearts of Iron 3, just subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time.